Johnny Casino and the Gamblers.
Well, in an era when one of the number one songs in the nation is WAP by Cardi B, we look back at a time when music was fun and beautiful and just friendly. And I think nostalgia is that way. It's Michael Patrick Shiels. When we were in the 70s and the movie Grease came out, we were pining for the 50s and shows like Happy Days and Happier Times. Now that we are in 2023... what do we pine for, the 80s, or do we go all the way back to the early 70s, which is really the 50s? Fuzzy math on my part, but the 45th anniversary of the movie Grease has reached us, believe it or not. And you just heard Johnny Casino there with the band and the gym scene from Grease. And that man is on our AT&T line, our radio stage, if you will, right now, Johnny Contardo, the lead singer of Sha Na Na, which was actually the group that appeared in the movie. Thank you for being here, and welcome to the airwaves.
Thank you. That was quite an intro there.
It was a little wordy, wasn't it?
It was wordy, but it was interesting, and that's the important thing.
Well, when we get great musicians and performers like yourself, I hate to step on your music when we're listening to it because, people want to tap their toes and listen to you, and they still do. You're still performing after all these years, aren't you? And where?
Yes, I can't believe after 45 years with the Pink Ladies and what's going on in the movie theaters today. It's pretty amazing, and I am still performing. I do a lot of performances with Bowser. We do Christmas shows. We still play Mohegan Sun. We do cruises, and we keep busy.
Sha Na Na, the TV show, was ranked number 1 in syndication. You were 5 years on television. And when you went in to make the movie Grease, it all looks like great fun. But the movie making is a complicated process, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But we were there for 3 days, and it was hot. It was in August, if I remember here. It's a complicated process, but for the director, that's for sure. There's a lot of waiting around, and like I said, it was pretty hot for those 3 days, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you remember anything specific about any exchange you may have had with Olivia Newton-John?
I didn't have an exchange with her, but I thought it was really complimentary on Travolta's part. When I walked into the gym. And I just want to set this up a little bit. The song I sang in the movie, Those Magic Changes, it's the most difficult song to sing in the movie. It's a hard song to sing. I've been singing since I was 6 years old. I've been teaching voice for almost 40 years. So it's a very difficult song to sing. And when I walked into the gym on the very first day of shooting, Travolta was on the other end of the gym, and he walked all the way over to me, and he shook my hand, and he told me that I had nailed it, and I had done a great job. And he knew how difficult the song was, and so I appreciated that.
So it's a little tougher than Hopelessly Devoted to You, eh?
Yeah. Well, ballads are tough to sing. Ballads are tough to sing because, they're slow, and it requires a lot of breath control. And but it is more difficult than Hopelessly Devoted to You.
Let's have a little touch of those magic changes. This is Johnny Contardo right here, the lead singer of Sha Na Na in the movie Grease. Take us back. Here it comes.
All right, here we go.
C, 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 A minor, F, G, 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 G7. What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, 'cause those chords remind me of the night that I first fell in love too. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody that's never.
Wow, I see what you mean now, or I hear what you mean now. It sounds like you're climbing up a ladder almost with that song.
Well, you didn't reach the top of the ladder, but that's okay.
I got worried for you for a minute there. Don't look down.
Tell me about it. Louis St. Louis was the musical director, and the day we did it, I was exhausted from shooting that day. Something was going on, and I was really tired. And he said, come back tomorrow to do it. I said, fantastic. So I went home, and I got a good night's sleep, and I went back the next day, and I nailed it in the recording studio. Good
God. Do you, can you still hit those notes?
I can hit those notes briefly. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit a lot of singers are very stubborn about when they've had hit records. They want to sing them in the key that they did them in when they get older. And, you know, when I teach, I tell people, because people always want to sing high. They want to sing high. And I always tell them, you know, you have to know your limits. You're not limited, but you have to know your limits. You have to know what you can sing at that moment, because that's going to be the perfect place to be when you're actually singing that song, what your range is at that time. So I don't sing the song in that key anymore. I do sing the song lower because that's where it should be. Even though my voice is in really good shape for my age and I can still hit high notes, I'm realistic.
Did you meet John Lennon?
I did not meet him. We did play with him in Madison Square Garden. I can see myself on the side of the stage. And I have to admit, when Yoko Ono started singing, I was...
You ran for the hills?
I was only like 10 feet from her, and it was very interesting. But it was so great to see Lennon come on stage in his combat outfit, and just to stand on the side of the stage and watch him perform. Because Lennon's always been... I love McCartney, I love the Beatles, but Lennon's always been my favorite. It was pretty exciting.
And what was it like to play at Woodstock?
I did not play at Woodstock. I was not an original member of Sha Na Na. I joined them about a year and a half later. When they were at Woodstock, which was '69, I was actually in high school, and then I was a senior in high school. I graduated in '69, and then I went to I went to Boston Conservatory shortly, only for a semester, and then I got into the musical Hair, and I played the lead role of Claude in Boston, and then I was on my way to Broadway to play it. On Broadway, and I got an opportunity to be in Sha Na Na. I'll go on Broadway with Hair, and I chose Sha Na Na.
Was it fun to be a young star?
I never thought of myself as a young star. I was just so grateful that I could have I wanted to live my dream, and I did. And and I couldn't believe I was being paid for something I loved to do. It was nice. There was a lot of freedom, to be in your early 20s and flying all over the world, and then we got the TV show, and then we got a second career, really, because the show, when I was in Sha Na Na, after about 7 or 8 years, things started to peter out a little bit, and then we got the TV show, and it gave us more life, and we got another 7, 8 years out of it. It was really nice. It really was. It was. You're living your dream.
And the dream goes on, and years turn into decades, and he's taken us all the way back. God bless you, and congratulations. Johnny Contardo still performing. He was the lead singer of Sha Na Na, featured in the movie Grease. Was it really 45 years ago? Find him in New Orleans, find him on a cruise ship, find him on a stage. That's where he lives. JohnnyContardo.net with Michael Patrick Shiels.
Oh,